Hello again. Okay, so I wanted to tell you a little bit about what you're going to be seeing in your student's backpack coming home, and it's their unit notebook. Of course, it won't look like this. Theirs will be whatever they decided, and then they're going to make a cover that they'll slip in, but this is mine. So one thing that I do in fourth grade is I do what's called unit studies, and I combine reading and history, and I even also add some language, writing, some grammar, as well as Bible. And I just incorporate it all together. And how I work it is each particular unit notebook covers a certain time in history. And so this year we go from the Age of Exploration all the way to slavery and the Civil War. And for most of those, the students will have a unit notebook that they will be working in alongside a reading book that goes along with that time period. So because this is kind of a new concept for a lot of parents, I thought it would be really helpful to walk you through it so that you know when your student brings it home and you see the instructions on RedWeb, you'll know how to work it. So each notebook has the same kind of layout, maybe just different divisions in it. So for this first one, it's the Age of Exploration, and we're going to be working in that alongside the Pedro's Journal reading book. So I'm going to just show you in here how it's divided. So you can see that we have tab dividers, and the tab dividers divide different sections that are important, okay? So for the Pedro's Journal reading and so forth, the students are going to be working in this front part, okay? Then we have a section, and like I said, every unit notebook is going to be different. We have a Similes page, and this is where if there's a question and I say find the simile on a certain page and write it on your simile page, this is what I'm talking about. And I even have homework 1, 2, and so forth, so they know where to write it. My next tab is descriptive words used by the author. I'm trying to teach the students how to be more creative in their writing, and the author of Pedro's Journal is really creative. She uses great descriptive words. So I want the students, for each of their assignments, to find 5 descriptive words in their reading. And then I have the fact or fiction part, and this you as parents don't need to worry about. This will be something we'll do in class. Since this is historical fiction, it's fun to kind of figure out whether we think things are fact or fiction within them. This last part is, it says introduction on the front. It has these 3 little sailor guys here, and it says Age of Exploration and Discovery. This is the history section. We will be working a lot in there in school, and there will be maybe some optional extra credit things kids can do in this. But anyway, those are the sections. So now what I want to do is I want to walk you through this first part that your students are going to be working on a regular basis. Okay, so it starts out, and the students are doing writing. These are things they're going to be doing in class with me. I have the lesson assignments, and those vary sometimes, and then also goals for them. These are things that I will be going through with them. We'll learn about the author, we'll learn about what fiction and historical fiction is, and we'll come over here and we'll talk about the different aspects of stories. But here you'll see at the very top, it says Home Assignment 1. This is where you're going to be working with your students on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They are numbered 1, 2, 3, and then the ones I do in class are labeled, but they're labeled class time. So there are several parts of what you're going to do here. The first part is before your student even opens the book to start reading in Pedro's Journal, they're going to look at these vocabulary words. They're going to locate them in the book. They are going to fill in the definitions using a dictionary online or an actual one for these vocab words. Then I want them to read through the questions that are being asked about their reading. That's the first part. Okay, we had a little bit of technical difficulty, but now we're back, so I'm going to finish. So I was telling about the vocab words, how to do that, and then I was explaining that they needed to read through the discussion questions before they start reading. Right here, underneath the table that shows the vocab words, it says dates, August 3rd through 27th, pages 1 to 10. Pedro's Journal is written in a diary format. So it's not, these aren't the days that you're to do this, it's the days in the journal that you're to read, pages 1 through 10. All right. Then the discussion questions, there are two things that they do. One is I have certain questions that I have listed that I want them to do in writing, as well as 5 others, or each day it's going to change, that they choose that they want to answer in writing. Then I want them to choose some to answer verbally to you, where you will initial at the question that they answered. I am a stickler that students do not write fragment sentences. I don't want to hear a sentence start with because. I don't want them to say yes because. They don't need that. They just can say yes, I believe because. But they cannot have fragment sentences. They have to write in complete sentences. So anyway, they go ahead, answer the ones they're supposed to answer. I have put under some of them, it says use descriptive word page, and I've showed you that's back here behind the tabs. There might say write on simile page, that's back here behind the tabs. So they're going to do that, and then some days there will be a Bible exploration, and that comes underneath the Bible RenWeb tab as well. Then we can see here class time 2 and so forth. That is the way this is set up, and it does count as a daily grade, a homework grade, and then they turn these in at the end of the units and they get a unit notebook grade. So it's very important that they're neat, that they use complete sentences, and then that they complete the whole unit notebook. Hopefully this will help you. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me. Thank you.